Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's a really crap day today, windy and wet. We really don't like it when it's wet. Obviously, coming into the lofts, we've got bare floor and you're just dragging moisture in on your feet, which is a pain in the ass, really. But you can't help the weather, unfortunately. So I'm just going to do a little showcase of the pigeons that we've got in here. I'll go through all of the new introductions that we've got, and if the light, we've got the light in here on because of the dark gloomy day we've got. So hopefully you'll be able to see it okay on the videos. So I'll start off with a few, and then obviously I won't go through them all. Just a few of the new introductions and what have you. What I'll do is I'll pause the video every time we've got a pigeon, and then I'll go grab another one. So it just saves havoc, basically. So all of the pigeons that we've got aren't very tame in the loft. We don't really spend much time in the stock loft. Just let them get on with it. So I'll just put you on pause. Alright, so we'll start off with one of the cocks that we brought down from the race loft. He's a 21 pigeon. He's a Gabby Vanabili cross, Herman Kuster. We had the Gabbies a few years ago. They did quite well for us. The father of this we sent off to Dale Roderick. And we no longer have the mother, so I mean that's why we kept him back for stock, because we don't have the lines of his mother and father anymore, and he's a proven racer for us. Excuse me, we never bred off him. So he's a lovely body cockbird, nice triangular shape. As I said in previous videos, we like pigeons that are good in the hand. They don't come in the stock loft if they're not. We tend to stick to a type. So this cockbird here is a lovely cockbird. We did show him. He got best in show a couple of years ago at Royal Cornwall. Obviously it's a show inside, but he was a fantastic racer for us. He's a bit of a wriggler, but that's vigour, and that's a good sign of a good pigeon, I think. Come on, boy. Play ball. Lovely cockbird, absolutely fantastic in the hand. He scored for us numerous occasions, especially on hard days. He's had a first club, 6th fed, 6th combine. He's had a 3rd club before. He's always been in. When he was, obviously he's a 21 pigeon now, but when he was a yearling and 2-year-old, he was always in the first batches. But yeah, he's an absolute fantastic pigeon. Lovely cockbird in the hand. So he's a Gabby Herman Kuster, and we're going to try him in the stock loft now because obviously he's getting on a bit. So we'll give him a go, see what happens. Boy, that's number 1. This one's another retired racer. Absolute class pigeon in the hand, this pigeon. So he's down from our Herman Kuster lines and our brass penning Beaver Dam lines. Now this cock scored for us. He was never raced as a youngster or a yearling. And we put him in as a 2-year-old, never been in a basket at all. And he was absolutely fantastic. In the 2 races that he went to, he had a 4th club, and then the 2nd race he was 2nd club beaten by a 2nd, and he was 8 yards off the top of the combine. For a 2-year-old that's never actually raced or ever been in a basket and nothing, that's unheard of, I think. Well, we both think. The father just wanted to stop him because he's a specimen of a pigeon, an absolute cracking cock. So he's down from the Fast Olympiad lines from the Herman Koosters, and obviously the Dutch hen that we've got, the brass pennon cockbird. Another one that doesn't like being handled very much, but he's an absolute class pigeon. Lovely, lovely cockbird in the hand. Herman Kooster Jansen. Absolute fantastic pigeon. So we're going to give him a go in the race loft, the breeding section, and see what happens. But we believe that he's got a good future. You know, he's got a good brain on him. That's the main thing. Then that's a good trait. Hopefully that will pass down to his youngsters. But yeah, he's an absolute cracking cockbird. Really, really nice. Tight vents, welded together pretty much. Lovely wing on him. Lovely tight wing. Strong pigeon. So we'll be going into the breeding program. So that's number 2. Fantastic cock. I wish you'd sit in the hand a bit better. Oh, this is a cockbird that we bred ourselves this year for stock. We wouldn't have kept him for stock if we didn't fancy him. Lovely, lovely handling cockbird, like all of them in here. They're all the same sort of type that me and Father like. Father obviously showed me the way, and our pigeons have always had good comments from club mates and whoever's handled them. They're specimen pigeons. They really are in the hand. But this cock here is from the dark cock over there, which I'll show you in a bit. He is a grandson of New Euro and Dark Debbie. Produced a fed topper this year, and it's just been all of the dark pigeons that we had off him have scored. So we've kept this one back for stock. Just, you know, you can't you can't predict these things, but without trying. A breeder is a breeder only if you breed from it. A good breeder, you got to breed from it. A good racer, you know, the basket's the only way. So we'll give this cockbird a good chance. And his mother is from the Pitbull Lives from Mickey Collins. She bred a winner on her first nest. So he's a lovely dark grizzle cock, lovely in the hand. Really, really nice pigeon, arrow shaped, single tail flight, full of muscle. Nice strong wing on him. He's gone right through the molt. A youngster from this year, so he's a class pigeon. So he's a Mickey Collins and Clive and John Jackson cross, really. An absolute, he's a worldie. Lovely pigeon. Right, I'll see if I can grab his father. So this is his father. His father's he's a 3-year-old now. We got him in 2000 and, well, we got 2 seasons ago. Lovely, lovely pigeon. He's obviously, like I just said then, he's a grandson of New Euro Dark Debbie. And he's proven his worth already. We had him in 2 seasons. Breadwinners already. Absolute cracking cock. Lovely to look at. Lovely in the hand. Lovely balance on him. And yeah, he's a class pigeon. So hopefully we can turn him into a Grand Sire winners this year with that cock. They're all looking in good order, so we're happy with that. But this cock's he's a lovely specimen from Clive and John. There you go. So we'll pause that again. Alright, so this cock here, we've had him for a while. He's a retired racer as well. We've got a name from his name's Boulders Brass. He's from the old man Brass Pennon that passed away, and the Dutch hen. This cockbird is a fantastic. He was a fantastic racer for us. He won as a youngster in our old club as a young bird, and he only had a couple of races as a yearling. We stopped him because his father was very patchy on filling at the time, so we decided to stop this cock, and just after the Salisbury race, or yeah, it was after the Salisbury race. Didn't have many home on the day. The NFC was down here. Yeah, they were flying from Sennen Cove, and they clashed. They did clash. You know, some people might say, "Oh no, they didn't clash." You know, but I seen the pigeons going past, and ours were on the way down from Salisbury, and they clashed. And there weren't very many pigeons home on the day. And he come in, and Father said, "That pigeon's won that club." He knew. Father knew that pigeon, this cock won that club, and he spanked the whole club by, well, 13 minutes. He was 13 minutes in front. He got second fed and sixth combine, 957 pigeons. So he decided then and there to stop him. Father did, and second year in breeding, I think he bred winners. But again, he's a powerhouse of a pigeon. He's got a lovely eye. Obviously, the lighting in here isn't very good. But Boulders Brass, an absolute specimen of a cock. Really, really nice handling pigeon he is. Class pigeon. Bit of a wriggler, but he bred winners with the daughter of Rambo that we got from John Anguin. And he's a fantastic pigeon. Really is. We love him to bits. He's an absolute weapon of a pigeon. Lovely big cock. There you go, boy. Go on. Go grab another. So this here cockbird is a cockbird from Clive and John Jackson. The first pigeon we ever bought from them. And I believe that Clive wanted to keep this cockbird back for his own stock purposes, but I'm glad that they put him on sale, because he's from the Olympiado 3 lines. But yeah, 003, sorry. An absolute fantastic cock. He's the father of that cockbird that was 8 yards off winning the combine. And he's bred a fed topper as well last year. He's an absolute class pigeon. He was paired to our Dutch hen. She's bred winners with all 3 cocks that she's been paired to. So yeah, he's an absolute. He's a corker. He's a bit of a wriggler, but most of them are. We don't bother with the cocks or the stockbirds. We just leave them to it, feed them, and obviously I come in here and do videos. But that cockbird is definitely an asset to us. Fantastic pigeon. So I'll put you on pause again. So this cockbird is from John Anguin. We've got him last year, 24 pigeon. They just had a bath yesterday and they rings like cagged and shit. Right, so this cockbird is from Hades the Unseen and a daughter of Hulk. Lovely cockbird, absolutely fantastic pigeon in the hand. Really, really nice. He's not massive, but he's stocky, he's all front, nice and short. We don't like long pigeons. Not a massive fan of pigeons with length to them. Like them nice and short and stocky. But he's a lovely pigeon. He bred second fed this last season. He was paired on to a daughter from our a double grandson of Sister Rosita and a hen off of Darren Hunt. Cola, she's off of Cola. She's called Sprite, but yeah, this cockbird is an absolute. Oh, he's a peach of a cock. Probably put him back to the same hen this year. We're not 100% sure, but yeah, first nest, second fed, second club. I think he was 8th combine. But yeah, he's a fantastic looking cock and lovely in the hand. So yeah, another asset I believe that will be looking forward to having youngsters off him again this year. I'll only do a couple more cocks. The pigeons are getting a bit stressed out. I'll say stressed out. I've blocked the aviary off, and when I'm grabbing them, they're just flying everywhere. So there we go. Do another couple. This is another nice cockbird. We got off of Ronnie and Tracy Nicholin. Unfortunately, we had some news that Ronnie passed away on the 4th of January, which is so unfortunate. He was a lovely man to deal with, and he had some fantastic pigeons. I believe he's got some children from the new young Blizzard. Blizzard King Kittle. Yeah, he had some phenomenal pigeons. And rest in peace to Ronnie. Credit to the sport as well. And he bred some lovely pigeons, and he's definitely an example of one. Done a video on this cock before. So he's a double grandson of Sister Rosita. He's also carrying the lines of Spider-Man, Kittle. I'll have to look in the pedigree. Off the top of my head, that's all. You know, there's a lot of winning genes in this cock. He is he's a grandsire of winners for us. At the moment, obviously, he's only a 3-year-old cock. We haven't plenty of time for him to breed winners on the road, but his daughter bred a second fed last year, and this cock was a lovely pigeon in the hand. Absolute lovely pigeon. Nice and all front at the top. Wedge shape. You want them shaped like a pear, really. That's what we look at, and they fit in your hand like an apple, because if they don't come in here. But this cockbird is an absolute fantastic example of what you want in a stock loft in the hand. And he's bred the goods. He's bred a pigeon that produces producers of winners. That's just as good, in my opinion. So yeah, he's a lovely pigeon all the way through molt. So we'll be looking forward to breeding off him this season. So this cockbird here is fast becoming one of our best stock cocks. We got him off John Anguin, and he's the son of Wolfgang Bolt. I believe the father of this doesn't fill anymore. So he's Leo Herman's cross Van and Bulk. And he's bred some fantastic races for us, this pigeon. Really class cock. Every year he breeds pigeons to score. He's fast becoming one of our best stock pigeons. There he is. Lovely type pigeon, very strong, got plenty of vigour in him. Bred a fed topper last year. He's bred winners every year, pretty much since we've had him. Paired onto the brass pen hen that we've got him to. But yeah, absolutely class pigeon. Like I said, I believe that his father doesn't fill anymore, so yeah, we definitely got lucky getting this cockbird. But he's a fantastic example of a good breeding cock, breeding winners every year for us, pretty much. From John Anguin, club mate, and yeah, he's fast becoming one of our best stock cocks. So there we go. I'll show you a couple more. So this is our latest introduction. As you can see just by handling him on the video, he's not as big as the other cockbirds, but that doesn't matter. As I said, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. We do prefer them to be a little bit bigger, but we will see what this cockbird produces. He's got an absolute fantastic lineage in him. He's got the lines of boar in him. I think he's a grandson of inbred boar, and Flash Grizzle was his mother, and he's off of the daughter she's off a daughter of Turbo Rossi. I'll have to look at the pedigree, but he's also got Grizzle John in his pedigree as well, I think. And that cockbird for John and Clive Jackson's been an asset already, breeding winners up and down the country, etc. But yeah, this cockbird is definitely is going to be in our ranks for breeding. So he's a Lederman cross. I'm going to give these Ledermans a good go, try them out and see what they do. But yeah, absolutely, he's all there. He's definitely all there. He's got a lovely shape to him. He's still got a lot of maturing to do, but he definitely needs a bigger hen to go to him just to balance it out, because if he goes to a small hen, his youngsters are going to be tiny. But he's all there, but he's nowhere near as big as what we've got here. But like I said, it doesn't matter. This cockbird has got a promising future at A. Johns and Son, I think. He's all through the molt. And we've had some fantastic pigeons from Clive and John. Pretty much all of them are breadwinners. There's a couple here that haven't yet, but given time, I think they will. So there we go. Lederman Cross, Herman Kuster. Some of their best lines in this pigeon. So we'll give them a go, see what happens. I'll show you one more cock, and then we'll call it a day. I don't want them getting too stressed out. So this cock here is from John Anguin. There's a few more in here, but they're just flapping everywhere, and I said they're not used to being handled that much. This cock's from John Anguin. He's a direct son of Rambo. So this cock was purchased when he was a youngster, 2021. And we was going to put him in the race teams. He's broken to the loft, not the stock loft, but then we thought, nah, we'll put him in the stock loft to see what he can do. He's bred. He bred a second club, second fed last year. Again, paired onto the Dutch hen. She's a phenomenal pigeon. She'll breed winners with a wood pigeon. She would. Yeah, he's a lovely cockbird. He's getting big wattles on one side. Oh, Christ. On one side, and on the other side, he's getting big wattles on his, big sears, sorry. He's got big wattles and all. 21 pigeon, lovely shape to him. And again, we'll pair him to a nice hen this year, and I believe that he'll do the goods for us again. But he's a direct son of Rambo. We also have the direct daughter. They're both breadwinners, and very happy with them. They're good shape pigeons. Like John Anguin's got some good pigeons, very good pigeons, and they're very much our type. Same with John and Clive. That's why we tend to go to those guys. If we want Dirk Van and Bolks, we'll go to John. If we want Coosters, we'll go to Clive and John Jackson. But because they're our shape, they're our type pigeons. As I said before, we don't keep pigeons in the stock loft that are misshaped, only because you want to keep that trait of what you like running through the gene pool. So a nice strong back, tight vents. I mean that's an odd, that is. You don't always get that, but it doesn't define a good pigeon, all of these traits, but that will get your type in order all the way down through the gene pool. So if you got good pigeons, your stock pigeons all handle the same, then your race team's going to handle very similar. So that's what we do. We'll keep them. We'll keep them all the same sort of type. Not very. We don't like long pigeons, long cast pigeons. Never have been a fan of that. Nice, short, stocky, and full of muscle. But the most important thing is a good brain. Obviously, a pigeon's got to use their brain when they're racing. So that's another reason why we stopped one of the racers, because he used his brain. He only had 2 races, and he was obviously nearly top of the combine of a 2-year-old that's never been in a basket. So that's a good trait. That will obviously go down into the gene pool, hopefully, fingers crossed. But without trying these pigeons in the stock loft, you're never going to know. So you could have a class breeder without even knowing it and not breeding off it. So that's what we're going to be doing this year. We're going to be concentrating on the Brass Brennan line, the Brass Brennan Jansen line, and the uncruises in with the bolts, and the Ledermans as well. So there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Obviously it's crap weather, so I thought I'd come out here and do something, and hopefully we'll be pairing up next week and let the fun and games begin. So hopefully you're all having a good breeding season. I've said that on yesterday's video, but take care, guys. Enjoy your pigeons. See you on the next one.